Memory of Fire is a trilogy of books by Eduardo Galeano that basically is a history of the Western Hemisphere. All based on historical fact, but technically it's considered fiction because Eduardo sort of fills in the gaps of the stories that we know are historically true, but he gives us the backstory and he takes us inside the characters that we may know about, but from an angle that we haven't seen. Boy, I fell in love with these books about 10 years ago, and it's been my dream to adapt at least the first one, which is called Genesis, to the stage because it's very theatrical. The problem is that it's very episodic because it basically starts with a retrospective of creation myths and then goes up and through the coming of the European and to the year 1700. So it's it's a lot of history, and it's very short little chapters. But even in translation, because it's written in Spanish, translated into English, it's so beautiful. We have created a 60-minute, what we call a reader's theater adaptation, not really adaptation, version of all three books. Basically tracing the roots of revolution or resistance in the Americas, obviously not all of it. But what we've done is that we've started with the creation myths and have kind of hodgepodge sort of shown the roots of the revolutionary tradition in the Americas, leading up to and primarily focusing on the bicentennial, the War of Independence in Mexico and the Revolutionary War in Mexico in 1910, and the characters that we know like Pancho Villa and Emiliano Zapata. But then we also it was important to me to highlight non-traditional revolutionaries like Sor Juana, like Bartholomew de las Casas, people that we probably don't even know about, but that resisted injustices and atrocities against the native people of the Americas without ever picking up a gun or a stone or a knife, but that resisted. And to me, those people were as important a revolutionary as Zapata or Pancho Villa. It'll be at the J. Pritzker Pavilion on July 7th, and I think it's going to be pretty cool. We've adapted it for 5 actors, 5 voices, and the 70-piece orchestra. So it's really about Galeano's language and the music, and letting the audience sort of visualize this amazing historic journey. I've always wanted to include street theater in the festival, and we've never really had the right opportunity. Saruga is this amazing company from Barcelona, from Catalan, and they have created these huge insects, basically, praying mantises, ants, that are 10, 20 feet tall. And they're mechanized primarily through human kind of motivated technology, like a bicycle and like wheels and chains and things like that, to drive them, not so much motorized. But it's a spectacle. And basically it's meant to turn the world on its ear, and for us as human beings to kind of be the small ones, for a change, and to be surrounded by 10-foot ants and 20-foot praying mantises and creatures like that. And I think that Millennium Park will be the perfect environment for it. It just is sort of a happening, it just happens. And they parade around, and there's music and there's light. I think 2 of the 3 performances are at night. Traditionally, they perform at night because lighting is a very important part of it, and the shadows and the colors and everything. So I think it's going to be really spectacular, and not like anything we've ever had in the festival before.